I discussed marriage a little bit. I want to talk about things that bring stress and strain in a marriage, things that, if they occur, can bring a lot of problems in the marriage. And the first thing I want to discuss is finances. Sometimes they say good soup, money maker. And the thought that if you have money, if you're rich, then things will really work. But that's really not true. Finances are very, very important. The most important thing is, how do you handle when there is finance and when there is no finance? For me, at the time I got married, I made sure that my wife knew everything about my finances. As a young engineer, I was going to get married, and working in the oil industry, we were paid good salaries. One of the engineers said, "Jeff, are you going to let your wife know how much they're paying you?" I said, "Of course." He said, if I tell my wife how much they pay me, she go buy a rapataya. But it is important to trust. Then let the person misuse that trust. And for my fans, for my fiancée, I gave her money. Or first, I let her know how much I earned. Yes, it seemed like a lot of money, but she never misused that information. And when I asked her to go buy the wedding dress, I had warned her that if you don't find a good wedding dress, do not go and try to make one, because it will make us, kind of look cheap. So I said, if you couldn't find any, let me know, and I'll ask a friend of mine who is in the US to buy your wedding gown. Surprisingly, she goes to Lagos, didn't find what she wanted, and she went and bought some materials and made her wedding gown. So you can see that there is really no need for a man or a woman to first start with mistrust, saying, if he knows how much I have, or if she knows how much I have, they will misuse that. So from the first time we got married, we've always had a joint account. I know some people may not agree with me, but from day one, we had a joint account, and all our salaries came to that joint account. So my wife will see when I took money away from the account, or I will see also for her. So it's for both of you to be responsible and not misuse the privilege of whether you're the one making more money or you're the one making less. Generally, men may make more money than their wives. And men feel threatened if their wives begin to make more money than themselves, and they become conscious of it. If the wife says anything, "Oh, is it because you're making more money?" And that could bring stress. I tell you, in my life, when I left my employment with Halliburton for almost 18 months, my income went from someone who was making a lot of money to zero, because where we lived, there was no business that was oil related. So I had to transition to something else, to a different industry. And I had to retrain to do that. So my income was really zero. But my wife paid all our bills without any problem. Never one day did she say, "Oh, in this house, you're not bringing any money." So wives, if for any reason that your husband, maybe he's lost his job, maybe he's having problem with his business, and you are the one now that is providing for the family, You don't have to let people outside your house know. Na me they pay children's school fees, or say my oga, get work now. No, protect him. You are the one paying, but that's information that should only belong to you and your husband. And at that point that he's vulnerable, so make sure that you don't do things that will make it obvious to him. Now, for the men, if you are making more money than your wife, you need to treat your wife with dignity. It's not, na me they buy your wrapper, na me they do, so you must do waiting I want. Na me marry you, na me pay down on your head. So I'm the big organ, I'm the boss here, and you just have to do what I want. No. Remember that your wife, if she's maybe a full-time housewife, or she's not making as much money, her parents spent money to send her to school. So do not spend all the money that you're making to take care of your immediate family and then your extended family. You have responsibility towards your wife's family. It is you and her that have that responsibility. So when you see there is need in her family, she doesn't have to tell you. You see the need, you go meet the need. The same for her. When she sees a need in your extended family, she tells you to do that. And that's how it has worked for me. My wife is the one actually that will say, oh, honey, look, you need to do this for this person, you need to do this for this. And the same for me. If I see a need in her house or in her extended family, I will send money to take care of that. So both of you have come together from different families. You have now built this family, but you have responsibilities towards this your extended family. What happens if there is no money? What happens if the money that both of you are earning is not sufficient? Managing the money is more important than actually how much you earn. A lot of times, people mismanage their money and then go through unnecessary expenses. Or they want to compete with the Joneses. Oh, these other people just bought a Mercedes-Benz car, so my husband must buy a Mercedes-Benz car so that we are like all the others. Cut your coat according to your cloth. This time, not according to your size, it's according to how much money that you are bringing in. So have a budget. I know that sometimes it's difficult for people to really have a budget and maintain it. I have seen in my life as a business person that when you have a budget, it helps you to manage things well. So have a family budget. Budget will cover the food, will cover the rent, will cover the tuition for your children, and also money for your wife. Men should always look at giving their wives a little bit more money than just money for the house, because women buy clothes much more than men. I don't know how many trousers I have or how many shirts, but there are very few. But my wife has a walk-in closet, and she still buys things every month. Sometimes I don't understand it, and she says, well, you're a man, you don't need to understand it. Leave us alone. So it's the same advice I will give husbands. Look at it. You don't have to be rich for you to give your wife extra money. No matter the level where you are, it's a gesture. You generally or typically, maybe if you give your wife 20,000 naira or 10,000, whatever the money is, you take out 1,000 or 2,000 and say, this is discretionary money. You don't have to account for this money. Just spend it on what you like, on what you want. I don't want to know about it. You'll be surprised what you will get. You will get unexpected hugs and kisses because you have done that. My wife, I never did that. I never had a discretionary allowance for her. Sometimes I will put some money in an envelope and give, and she'll be very excited. It's like, honey, you need to do this more. So she was going somewhere and I gave her some money. I said, when you travel to that country, spend this money. And she goes, spends the money, comes back and says, I think this needs to be on a regular basis. I was like, what do you mean? I thought I was just doing something that she would like. He said, I think I deserve to have this on a regular basis. And it didn't make sense, honestly, to me at that time. And I went to the guys who manage our money to get an excuse. And I said, can you imagine I did this and my wife is now saying, let it be regular. And they said, Mr. Nwankwo, listen, your wife is right. You need to do that. And my wife gets some allowance now as discretionary. It means that apart from any other money she's getting, she gets that. And it's not my business what she does with the money. And my wife has been very, very happy with that. And of course, there were some other times that I had to change it. I had to increase it because there were some issues with her thinking that, look, I think I deserve more, you know? And looking back, I went and checked and found that, honestly, I have not been doing well. I should have started this early and actually giving her more. So for men, don't tell me it's because I'm rich. Don't tell me it's because I have the money. No. Wherever you are, it's a matter of gesture. Give her discretionary allowance and say, every month, every week, whichever one works, I will give you this amount of money. I will give it, and it's up to you to do whatever you want with it. If money is a problem, I said, make sure that you can account for every penny. That is where you will be able to make sure that the money is enough. And for me, my wife has been a lifesaver. 2 times I have gone from earning a lot of money to zero. Like I said, when I had to change careers for 18 months, I had zero income, and my wife paid all the bills. When I started my business in Nigeria, my income again went to zero for almost a year, and my wife paid all our bills. And nobody outside our house knew that all the money, 100%, came from her. So this is advice to wives. When it turns out that you are the one that is providing, please do it honorably. Cover your husband. All right? So, thank you so much for listening today.